All right. Good morning, Vietnam. I've always wanted to say that. Hey everyone, I see Zach McNally in the chat. Harjot is here. Nas, the transit kid. Welcome and thanks for tuning in. I am here in Hanoi. And as you can see, it is raining. I actually wanted to live stream my first night in here, and it was raining pretty bad. So I thought, okay, I'll just live stream the following morning. And it was raining again. Then last night it was raining. So this is it. I wanted to get this stream in earlier, but I found a nice, not so quiet spot, but dry spot up in a cafe overlooking the square here. Jelly Bean, Bash Brannigan, Marie Palmer, Brad Palmer. I've got my latte. Intel, this is from Highlands Coffee. Nas says, how long are you here for? I am here for today. I have a flight early this afternoon, actually. I have a car picking me up from the hotel at 10. It is currently 8:09. I haven't packed my bags yet. But I wanted to get out and do something in terms of a live stream. I made 4 videos here yesterday. And one of the videos I made was very spur of the moment. I was actually making my way to this coffee shop. And I saw people loading onto that bus. And I just thought to myself, it might be kind of neat to do a video from the rooftop of that bus. So I walked on. I asked how much it was. It was like $5. I was like, when is it leaving? They're like, in 5 minutes. How long is it? An hour. And I was like, this is kind of perfect. So I climbed up onto the rooftop of the bus. I got a nice spot at the back, and I made a video of a scenic tour around Vietnam. Unfortunately, I was completely unprepared for it. So it's not a very informative tour, but it's pretty awesome to experience the city that way. Heinzel says right by Hon Kiem Lake. Indeed. I almost stayed at an Airbnb where that Kong Cafe is. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to finish my coffee, or at least get started on it. And then if the rain isn't so bad, we can get up and just go check out the area around the lake briefly. So this isn't just going to be entirely me sitting here drinking coffee, but for the next maybe 10 minutes or so, that's what it'll be. My hotel is just over there. It's literally like 3-4 minutes from here. And this is how you cross the street in Vietnam. You just go for it. This guy just walking across. I have done that many times. Transit Montreal says you're going back to Toronto Pearson International Airport? No, I am going to the airport here in Hanoi, and then I'm flying to Saigon. And then after a few nights in Saigon, I'm flying back to Thailand. So I don't even think this trip is at the midway point yet. Shanna says, how's Vietnam? Vietnam is awesome. Unfortunately, way too rainy. But I managed to get some content in. So I'm going to try to go live once or twice from Saigon, and then we'll go live a few more times from Thailand. Because there are far more motorcycles and cars by far. It's really kind of awesome when you see people just crossing the street in this. I caught that on video too. I might put up a YouTube short of crossing the street in Vietnam, although compared to Saigon, where I'm heading next, this is child's play. Oh, there's another guy just walking across the street. Someone else running. See the guy in the blue shirt on the right? That's how it's done. I don't know if roundabout is the right word. It's more like chaos circle. And this is early in the morning. Is it cooler than Bangkok, asks Mark. Yes, it is much cooler. I have not seen blue sky or sun the entire time in Vietnam. I'm looking forward to it, actually. That across the street used to be a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Do you have a favorite Vietnamese food? I had probably banh mi, what I had yesterday. Bun cha is really good. There I am, alive and kicking. I just had breakfast at the hotel, which, don't do that if you're staying in Vietnam. Don't have hotel breakfast. It was included and I was awake, so I was like, whatever. At least they made me an omelet, which was half good. Jane says, you cannot do it, you need order. I kind of love the organized chaos of Vietnam. Michael Nguyen is here. GGNYC says, this is awesome. It seems to be letting up the rain. So I might head down pretty soon and start walking. This was kind of my backup plan if it was raining. I was just going to come up here and perch myself on a spot with a view, and at least we would get some kind of live streaming in. I see a lot of umbrella-less people out there. Heinzel says bun cha is yummy, good one. I think that's the one food you have to have if you come to Hanoi. How much was this latte? This latte was $4.66. The most expensive singular thing I've purchased in this country. Jelly Bean now wants to go to Ginger. You know, that pho I had yesterday was hands down the best pho I've ever had. Steph Curry says, let's go Raptors. Are they playing tonight? Who's Josh says, how come you haven't caught food poisoning yet? I don't know. I kept it fairly safe in Thailand, and I kind of dove straight into it here. I've got a pretty good stomach for that stuff. Is there much English here? Yeah. Look over there, we have the Village Coffee Club, Manhwa, Taiwanese hotspot. What I should have done was live stream from the bus tour. That would have been neat. Hello, Tam. Tommy says in South Korea you'll be fine. Yeah, I wasn't really worried. I'm never really worried about food poisoning or anything when I travel. Jeanette says good morning. Going to Tim Hortons for breakfast again? I don't think there's a Tim Hortons where I'm going in Thailand. All right. In a few minutes, we'll get up and start moving around. Tamarama 7 says a lot more beautiful energy in Vietnam, particularly in Hanoi. The city where I'm going is kind of like, the best way to describe Saigon would be like Bangkok 20 or 30 years ago. It's kind of big, it's loud, it's hot, it's chaotic, whereas Hanoi, There's definitely a certain beauty to this. All right, I'm gonna take my audio system off here. We're gonna go with just the iPhone audio. And the reason for that is I don't want to get this wet. Still raining a little bit. But I have to mute the audio because they're blasting it pretty loud in this cafe. Mission accomplished. Got my coffee, but yeah, sorry if the audio's not as good. Let's head down into the wildness, although I think I'll just go to the lake. My wallet, got my keys, got my phone. Okay, I'm gonna mute it, and then when I'm down or out of the cafe, I'll unmute it. Okay, I have unmuted it. Hopefully I don't lose signal in here. And now we go across the street. Alright, we made it. This is Hone Cam Lake. Jeanette says, whoa. That's just the way it goes here. If you do not cross like that, you will not be crossing. There's a temple over there. Bash Brannigan says, nobody stops for pedestrians. Well, it goes the other way as well. It's a bit of a organized chaos. But it is kind of crazy to be walking around these streets because there's not really sidewalks holding a camera like this. So maybe we'll just stick to like this area around the lake. I already made a video walking around here. Is crossing more dangerous than Toronto? I would say no. And my reason for that is everybody here anticipates everyone else. It's like a big, beautiful dance. Whereas in Toronto, it's kind of like, okay, is this asshole just gonna fail to yield? Which happens way too often. Hey, we got someone riding a bike. Lisa checking in. Good evening. There's a Loteria. It's a Korean fast food chain. Connie says her brother and sister-in-law are in Vietnam. So in the video I made yesterday, I paid admission and I went across the bridge into the temple. I've seen people like tourists with babies crossing the street here like that. It's one of those things you have to be here to realize it's not that dangerous. The Velcos spots a fish. All right. Hi says hi. Can I talk to you? You can. You can find me. Well, so what we're gonna do is walk around this lake and then I'll head to the hotel. How was that? Then I have to pack my bags. John Burke is here. There's an interesting legend about this lake. I tried to tell that story in the video I filmed here. Still got my coffee. Gertesh says, how is the weather? It's been about like 26, 27 most days, and very, very muggy and rainy. Lisa says it's going to be 29 there tomorrow. So this is the Hon Kiem district. I'm staying in the Old Quarter. I don't know if this side of the lake counts as the Old Quarter. And over there on the other side is. And just off in the direction straight ahead is the Holoa prison, which is where they kept POWs from the US during the Vietnam War. They called it the Hanoi Hilton. All right, I just have to check one thing on my phone. Lisa digging the trees. Yeah, I didn't do any of the touristy stuff, any of the temples, or, well, I did that temple straight ahead. There's also the Vietnamese Women's Museum. It's one of the only all-women's museums of its kind in the world. I went there last time. I went to the prison last time. I went to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum last time. So this time, I was really just exploring by foot and by bus. Marge, 5.
Beautiful scenery. Thanks for taking us along.
Thank you very much, Marge, for your support. I'd like to take credit for some of this beautiful scenery, but it was here when I got here. So if you're wondering what the chaos is like to walk around the streets, you'll get a little taste of that when I head back to my hotel, but there'll be a whole lot of that in some of the videos I posted. I can take credit for showing it. There is, I think they call it like the Turtle Palace. Oh, my fingers are too wet. I can't zoom in. Oh, my gimbal is being finicky. There we go. That has been standing for over 150 years. Marie Palmer says it looks so magical. Almost everyone I talk to who has traveled Vietnam between the two big cities here, almost all universally prefer Hanoi. But I'm kind of a sucker for a big, crazy, bustling city. So I'm going to reevaluate my opinion on that when I get to Saigon. Vivian says watching both, modding both and watching this. Oh, Ken's live? I had no idea. Lisa can't believe I'm out this early. Well, my jet lag has adjusted so that I wake up at around 6:30 every morning. That's just my wake up time. I went to bed around like midnight last night. This lake is known for its green water. one of its defining characteristics. And they're setting up for some big festival this weekend. Apparently I fudged up. On the weekend there's a big festival. I think it's a France festival. Or it's being put on by France. But also there's a big night market on weekends. They pedestrianize the street around the river. Let me see if I can get a picture of this thing for Instagram. E.TV says I should have been here in winter. I come across French signs in Vietnam only on stores. See, it's the Balade, all French, however you say it. Taste France. That's the one. All right, a bit of a accessibility issue coming up. Yeah, this looks like something out of Swiss Family Robinson, doesn't it? Interesting to see French flags in the city, says Chris Taylor. I think France officially withdrew in 1954 or 1956. And they colonized it since the mid-1800s with a brief 4-year period where Japan took over during World War II. But when their ass was beaten, France swooped back in. Has the Vietnam War put them behind? I don't know. That's a heavy question for a guy walking around with a camera to answer. I'm sure there's pluses and negatives. But if you want to talk about a country put behind, definitely Cambodia. And their genocide put that country back. And what's interesting, we are closer to Bangkok than we are to Saigon. My flight from Bangkok was like an hour and a half. That's the flight where I worked as a flight attendant. And then my flight from here to Saigon, otherwise known as Ho Chi Minh City, is about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Baba Ganoush says, Hanguga, sorry, I can barely read the screen. Sayyisamnida. Robert is here. No Name says, am I into history? I don't know. Sometimes, some history. Yeah, talking about the history of Vietnam in some aspects is a bit too deep of a topic for me to broach on this channel. I apologize. I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube documentaries on that. So on the bus tour, oh look at this. One of the sites on the bus tour was this building. The big post office here. Pam says, how am I? I am good. I resisted the urge to go drinking last night. I recorded like the nightlife area, but I went back to my hotel and I slept like a log. Julie goes down rabbit holes with historical documentaries. Yeah, that's a neat thing to do. But stick to the experts for your information, not me. Chris Taylor says, I've always wanted to visit Vietnam soon. This video is great, thank you. If I come back to Vietnam, which I'm sure I will, I think I would go to Da Nang and Hoi An, places I've been before. Nha Trang and Ha Long Bay. This is just a big cities trip. And I remember this street here being pedestrianized. And I guess this is like their Yorkville equivalent, Trong Tien Plaza. There's a Gucci, a Hublot, whatever that is. And notice how there's a don't walk sign, but the guy is walking. Yeah, none of that means anything here. But pretty much every street in Hanoi absolutely gorgeous to walk around. You might want some earplugs. Motorcycle sounds, but visually it's stunning. Hello, little XO. Very true. Tamarama. Vivian says, nice to see green on the trees. For sure. Wesley, did I see any McDonald's? We just saw a McDonald's, but I have not eaten McDonald's. I had McDonald's breakfast in Korea, and I had McDonald's at the airport in Bangkok. Those have been my only two McDonald's excursions. Did I meet up with Travel Guy? Travel Fun? That has yet to happen. Ash Brannigan says, do you change SIM cards? For this trip, what I've been doing is, I didn't change the SIM card in my iPhone. I could always just go on data roaming with that. So I always have a backup, because that's with Bell. So I get a new SIM card on my main phone, my Galaxy, and now I'm just hotspotting that phone to the iPhone to live stream. So I got a SIM card in Korea, one that failed after 2 days, even though I paid for 5 days unlimited. fuck you, KT Telecom. And then I bought a 15-day one for Thailand. I got a 100 gigabyte package from their best network. That one was a bit spendy, but that one is in my travel case right now. And then when I got to Vietnam, I bought a 15-day unlimited high-speed data with what is supposedly the best carrier here. So what I'm going to do is when I get to the airport, I'm gonna pop over to the arrivals hall and I'm gonna gift somebody my SIM card, because I'll have Wi-Fi in the airport when I'm flying out, and I'll be in the international terminal. So there'll be lots of people coming looking for SIM cards, and I'll have about 11 days of an unlimited SIM card. So I'm just gonna give that to somebody. Say it like David says, the vegetation is so lush in Hanoi. It is. Greetings, Mark S. My wake up idiot or you'll be late alarm is going off. So Hanoi has a little under 9 million people, and it is the capital of Vietnam. But Saigon is the bigger city. Oh, a fish just jumped out of the water. Thank you, Tamarama. Johnny, is the visa for Vietnam $100 plus CAD? The visa, if you do it through the Vietnam embassy in Ottawa, it's 25 USD for the visa, plus they add $100 processing, so it's $125. But what I did was I got it online through the Vietnam government, a e-visa, and that was 25 USD. And you have to send them like a passport photo. I don't have a passport photo, so I made one. I used my green screen and I just turned the background white. I sent it to them and they accepted it. So homemade passport for the win, passport photo. And then like a day and a half later, I got the notice that my e-visa was approved, and that was it. When I showed up here, they didn't even need to see it. They just scanned my passport and in you go. No questions asked even. Nobody has asked me any questions. When I got to Seoul, same thing. Scan my passport, in you go. Not even a word. When I got to Bangkok, same thing. When I got to Vietnam, same thing. Compare that to going to the US, when it's like, where are you going? How long are you staying? Are you doing any work? How much money did you bring? How do I know you're gonna go back? Like, no offense, Americans, but fuck your immigration officials. It is so much better traveling to other countries. Are you bringing any meat? You don't need a visa to go to Japan, Korea, Singapore, but need visa to go to Vietnam. Yes, we need, for Korea, we needed a KETA, but they just dropped that on April 1st, but I already paid for it. So I got ripped off. The Korean government stole my money, but it was only like 20 bucks. Sorry, I'm just checking. Kat says we have the same growing questions. Yeah. But I think our border folks, that's true. I've never gone into Canada as a foreigner, but it's just amazing how much better airports go in this part of the world. Thank you. Marge says the Raptors lost. Come on, Toronto's a Blue Jay town. Everyone knows that. Say it like David says, a city between rivers built on lowlands. Hanoi has many scenic lakes and is sometimes called the city of lakes. It does. I went by some of those lakes yesterday. And thanks for tuning in, everyone. Kevin K, $11. Safe travels. Thanks for the view. Thank you, Kevin K. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Much appreciated. Yeah, the Blue Jays kicked ass in their home opener. Oh, they played again tonight and won? They're just firing bombs over the outfield wall yesterday.
Safe travels, airplane. Thanks for the view. Folded hands.
Thank you again for the super. So the YouTube short I posted of the Grab driver just stopping mid-traffic was actually on this road here. And it's good to see, despite the past, it looks like France and Vietnam get along well. Unless this is some kind of propaganda, I have no idea. But it's still cool to see that. We are almost full circle around the lake. So when I get back to the main square, which is where I started at that cafe, we're gonna cross the street and I'm gonna head over to the hotel. Wayne Brown, $5.50. Enjoy your channel. Hello from Lethbridge, Alberta. Thank you so much. Wayne Brown. There's a couple of very friendly viewers from Alberta who tune in regularly. Yeah, I don't know the meaning behind these flags.
Enjoy your channel. Hello from Lethbridge, Alberta.
But there's also a festival going on. We walked by on the other side of the lake that appears to be put on by France. Hey, maybe France is just doing the right thing. I have no idea. Oh, we're sorry we fucked up your history. We'll support you. I don't know. So this area on the left is the Old Quarter. It's the most famous place to stay in Hanoi. And this might sound weird, but it kind of gives me like Amsterdam vibes in a way. I want to say it feels touristy because it's not. But it just feels like all the tourists go to this one district. And there's a very good reason for that. But I think if you were to set up shop and live here for a while, you'd probably want to sink your teeth into a different neighborhood. Should I walk to the center where that fountain is? We'll say goodbye to Hon Cam Lake. There's an Aldo, Canadian shoe store. Shivlin says double-decker bus. That's the bus I took yesterday. Take our life into our own hands and we cross the street. Ripley currently learning Vietnamese. Awesome. So $5. Shout out from New York City. Thank you, the Mighty Bull. Sorry guys, I'm just checking something here.
Shout out from New York City.
Thank you, the Mighty Bull. Hello. You're open? Can you get top one?
Anything else?
That's it. Thank you. I'm just having a little ice cream to eat on the way back to the hotel. Viatel, that's where. And I've got my super pockets on these shorts. Everything zips. Thank you. So that was 10 Vietnamese dong. If somebody wants to translate 10 VND to CAD or USD, you can find out how much this cost. Jelly Bean, $11 super sticker. Thank you, Jelly Bean. Thank you. I don't know if walking around these streets with a gimbal in one hand and an ice cream cone in the other while reading a chat is the smartest thing in the world. Thank you, Jeanette. Stylish zippers. $0.57 Canadian. There we go. This ice cream was 57 cents. So to get to my hotel, I can go that way. But we're gonna go the long way, just because, why not? Have to check something. Sorry. getting hard to eat this thing. Jeanette digging the hustle and bustle. So this is pretty much what all the streets in the old quarter are like. Most of them kind of have a theme. Like there's a street where it's all hardware. There's one that's mostly jewelry. There's electronics, stuff like that. There's over 30 of these streets. So where did I have that delicious pho and a beer for like just over $2? Right here. This place. Once Upon a City has gifted 1 gold tier membership. Thank you, Once Upon a City. Holy shit. Thank you so much. And welcome to membership, you lucky new member. Awesome, awesome stuff. Probably not the best place to tie your shoes. Lena Tran, welcome to my hometown. Yes, I've had bun cha. Not on this trip yet, but I've had it. Where are we here? Okay, I can make a couple of rights and go in a bigger loop back to my hotel. So let's do that. $500 Japanese yen. Arigato. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 500 Japanese yen. There's some bun cha. This street corner is famous for its bun cha. Christos says, when did I get to Vietnam? Just 2 days ago. But on to the next city tonight, or this afternoon. So this is the street that I think is all hardware products. Thank you, Brad Palmer. Thank you, Polina Tran. Just a friendly reminder, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff that YouTubers constantly nag you to do. But if you do want to see when I go live next, hit that bell. Also, check out Jeff Lepard's channel at TravelFun69, as I should be making an appearance on his channel. And he goes live and has a community over there that's very friendly. Just doing some spot welding. Nadal Costas looks very charming. Doesn't sound very charming, but it certainly looks charming. I'm sure anyone listening on headphones are just getting blasted with motorbike sounds. So this street is Hang Bo. There's a wave of tourists walking in my direction here. Friendly guy waving at the camera. John Lamb has become a member. Thank you, John Lamb. You know what I should have done? I should have hired one of these guys. Next time. I should have hired one of them and just live streamed on that thing. How awesome would that have been? If they have that in Hanoi or in Ho Chi Minh, I don't think they will, but if they do, I'll do it. That would have been an awesome way to live stream. Oh well, next time. Epic Nation HD in the house. Little Charm Hanoi Hostel. There's definitely a thriving hostel and budget hotel scene here. I don't think I'd do too good as a pho delivery driver. 9:14. My checkout is at 10. Or it's not at 10, but that's when I have a car coming to whisk me away to the airport, which is 45 minutes away. I have a 12:45 flight. I'm getting picked up at 10, and I should get to the airport at 10:45, which is 2 hours in advance. And it is a domestic flight, so 2 hours should suffice. But I have not packed, and I'm probably going to jump into the shower. So I've got to get my ass back to the hotel, shower up, pack. Maybe I'll pack first, and then if I have time, I'll shower. I already showered this morning, but all you gotta do is walk around for an hour. Fortunately, where I'm going in the next city, I have a full apartment or condo with a washing machine. All right, Jeanette, have a good night. So I've sort of let my dirty laundry accumulate over the past few days in Bangkok and here, and I'm gonna do the wash as soon as I get there, and probably again before I leave. But this is the street where my hotel is. I'm paying just over 50 Canadian a night. Yeah, there's a public school. And I did a full review video of the hotel for the Johnny Stumbles channel. And I'm also putting together a compilation video of all the places I stayed. But I am staying either at the Golden Sun. Right. I won't tell you which one. I'll leave you with that cliffhanger. But no, they are not related. And apparently they dislike each other. The guy in my hotel was talking shit about the other hotel when I asked if they were related. He was like, no, not related. That hotel doesn't even have windows. But we are at the end of the line. I need to change. I apologize for just one stream here, but it's been raining the whole time. But I was going to stream come hell or high water today. So huge thanks to our mods. Vivian Johnson working a little overtime, manning Ken's stream and my stream. Huge thanks to our channel members. Thank you for the gifted channel memberships, and to Epic Nation HD, and just everyone else for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. I should be going live at least one more time from Vietnam over the next few days, maybe even later tonight. And then it's going to be a much slower paced week after this in Thailand. I'm going to get out to an island. But I've already got enough content built up to cover the rest of my trip, so there's no rush to get out and start recording and stuff like that. So I'm going to take it a little bit easier, but I'm sure I'll still make a shit ton of stuff. But that is it, folks. Thank you again. Have a good night. Stay safe. And tune in to the Johnny Stumbles channel tomorrow, because I'll drop a review of this hotel. I probably won't premiere it, but I will drop a video. All right, guys. Yoink.